And while I'm out here and I got the camera going, I meant to say this a few times. I was watching TV the other day. Here's a couple of points actually. I was watching TV the other day. It was 6 o'clock news, and here in our area, that's WTNH Channel 8. That's the one that's most local to us. There's a few more, but that's the one that's most local. And I was watching the news, and they were talking about the car manufacturers, what they want to do. And apparently it's going to be passed. They are going to make it illegal for you to work on your own car. That means even a backyard mechanic. In other words, if it doesn't go to the dealer, you're not going to be able to work on it. All right? Because they're claiming, what they're claiming is true, but it's just a loophole for them to make more money. You follow? Because of the new electronics and everything that's in the cars nowadays, you know, with it parking itself and all that kind of crap, and hitting the brakes when you're backing up, well, all this blue shit. If you work on your own car, it's a possibility that you can do more damage, you know, than what was caused originally, and can cause, you know, serious injury or death. You know, if you start fooling around with some of this stuff not knowing. So they want to have it so that it's proprietary to them. It's going to be like a patent, and there was another one, not so much a patent, but copyrighted or whatever, so that you're not going to be able to buy parts to have the backyard mechanic work on it or do it yourself, unless it's a licensed mechanic through a licensed dealer. You know, so, you know, you're buying these new cars. You know, now the next thing that's going to happen is the warranties are going to be lessened. Because once they get that, and they're giving you a 100,000 mile warranty, well, they're not going to want to eat that for 100,000 miles. And they know you can't go anywhere else. So let's just drop the warranty to maybe 10,000, you know, or what is it, 10,000 in 2 years or whatever it used to be, or even shorter. Because now we get them in, and they can only come to us. They can't buy parts anywhere. They have to come to us. You follow me? So, you know, where is this going? You know, what's going to happen with this? I mean, you know, they're kind of putting a lock on it, because I got a backyard mechanic across the street, and he is good. He really is. He's like the third generation backyard mechanic. His father was a mechanic, you know, in a shop actually, but he did a lot of work in the yard after hours. And he was big into diesel and things, and same with the grandfather. So Chris, which is in his 50s now or so, you know, he's been doing it since he was a kid with his dad. You know, I mean, and the guy is good. You know, there's really nothing that I haven't seen him turn away. You know, he gives you a receipt. You know, he pays taxes on most of it. You know, I mean, even though he's working out of his backyard, he does a good job. He's a good mechanic. If he can't handle it, he'll tell you he can't. You know, and so what's going to happen to these guys that are making a living? I mean, he put his daughter through college, you know, working on cars in his backyard. You know, so what's going to happen to all this? You know, and what's going to happen to the guy that buys this car and really doesn't want to spend all that money? I mean, myself, I'm a tinker. I like to tinker on my own stuff. I like to get under the hood and change my own plugs, my own oil, you know, and things like that myself. You know, as long as I can do it, I enjoy doing it. It's not a chore. You know, now if I took my truck to the dealer, which I call them just for the hell of it, because I got to do a tune-up on it. All right, I'm going to do the wires, the cap, the rotor, and the plugs. I can buy everything for about 150 bucks, give or take 200 bucks. I forgot the exact price. I got it written down someplace. Under $200. All right, and it's going to take me about 3 hours to do, though, 4 hours maybe, because I got to take the inner doghouse off, and I got to take both front wheels off, because you can't get to all 6 plugs unless you do all that. It's kind of a nightmare. I done one, my old van, and I was in better shape, and it took me a couple hours. However, I called the dealer, and they said, well, if you just want the cap, plugs, wires, and rotor, you're looking at $350 to $375. All right, so already, you know, I'm saving a couple $100 by me buying them. He says, now, labor, I can't give you a price on labor because I got to switch you over to the labor department. Oh, okay. So they switched me over to the labor department. He goes, I says, cap, rotor, wires, plugs. He goes, $400 if there's no problems. You know, the big if word. You follow me? Yeah. So we're talking almost, well, by the time we're done with taxes, we're talking well over $800. All right, to put in 6 spark plugs, 6 wires, a cap and rotor. All right, something that I can do myself and take my time in 3 or 4 hours because I just can't move like I used to. And it's going to cost me $150. I'm going to say round figures for the parts, even if it costs $200. All right, I really don't remember what the price was. I got it written down someplace to be, I don't know. But anyway, what do you think of that? I mean, that's like, wow, you know, it's really a kick in the ass. You know, there's a lot of people going to end up out of work, you know, and a lot of people are going to stop buying new cars. You know, screw you. I don't care if it parks itself, you know. I'd rather have an old 283 anyway. Yeah, right, or a 327. You know, give me an old car, an old Chevy. Give me an old Dodge 383. You know, or 440 if I want to eat some fuel. You know, or the Ford 289. Give me a 289. I'm happy with a 289. You know, or a straight 6, the 300. Ford had that straight 6 there for a while. The 300. You know, I mean, that was the strongest 6 as you can get. I mean, you're talking that was a 300 where the V8 was a 302. You know, so give me the straight 6 300. You know, I mean, gosh, I'm going to get where I'm going to start looking for the older stuff and it'd be cheaper just to restore it. You know, then I can run classic plates and save all the way around because I don't do a lot of driving anymore, so what the hell. So, but anyway, I kind of like, wow, you know, here they are. They're really trying to hone right in. You know, now you're not going to be able to work on your own car. And they're using the excuses because of all the new electronics. Sure, you know. And then they were talking about today on the news at noontime, you know, texting while driving, you know, more accidents and all that, and on the phone, and, you know, it's illegal now, you know, which I totally agree, all right, you shouldn't be. I got hit in the ass, you know, 3.5, 4 years ago when I was stopped, and the woman that hit me, or the girl, she was texting. She hit me in the ass at 50, 55 miles an hour. She was lucky that she didn't die, right? You know, and I'm lucky I only ended up with a few minor injuries, you know, and after a few months I was okay, all right? I'm still going, not so much the doctors and things, but the attorney. I actually have to go next month for a, what do you call it? Shit. Their insurance company wants to talk to me as to what happened. There's a name for it. But anyway, they got to do that next, the 4th of next month. So, you know, it's still lingering on, you know, and it was legit. You know, I mean, you know, but they're just dancing. They want to stall for time, you know. They want to make more interest on their money so that when they pay me, they're not losing anything, you know, that type of thing. And I'm not looking to go any deeper. My attorney says, you're sure, you know, that you're not hurt here, or you're sure that your doctor's cleared you and it's not going to come back. You know, in other words, he's telling me, you know, that you could have a reoccurrence somewhere, you know, that may be caused by this. I said, listen, I'm fine. I just want to take care of the vehicle that I lost and whatever time I lost, and a little bit for the pain and injury that I went through. I am not looking to retire. I'm not looking to get rich. I'm just looking to be compensated for my time and trouble. So I'm not looking for a lot of money here. You know, I really not. You know, so you know, what, 10 grand maybe? I mean, if that. I mean, I'm not looking, you know, to buy a new house. You know, but they just keep playing it up, playing it up. But anyway. Texting and driving, I'm totally against that. Talking on the phone, hands-free, okay, as long as you can do more than 2 things at once. You got to be able to talk and concentrate, you know, while driving. Some people can't talk to their passenger while driving, but, you know, that depends on that. But my gripe is, well, if you don't want me texting and talking on my phone that I am paying the phone bill on, all right, it's not a free phone, I'm paying for this phone. I'm paying for this phone for me and my wife as a convenience to have to talk to people we want to talk to. All right? And what do? The government opens up the phone book, cellular phone book, to telemarketers. So now I'm getting 6, 7, 8, 10 phone calls a day and texts a day from telemarketers, which means that every time I get a text or a phone call, I don't know who it is at the time, so I have to pull over, all right, and stop doing whatever I'm doing, which now I'm using more brake power, I'm idling more, I have to use more gas to take off, my transmission's doing more, the whole car is being affected as well as me because you had to give my numbers to the telemarketers to get into my pocket. All right? And then you're saying it's okay, and you tell me don't text and talk while I'm driving. So you're making it a law that I have to pull over, which I agree we shouldn't be texting. But don't get my phone number out to everybody either. It's up to me to give it who I want to give it to. All right? Not up to you, the government, to say, here, everybody, have at it. All right? So I actually wrote something to the news media about that. I may even start a petition and try to get it back to where no more telemarketing on cell phones, you know, because you know what, the do not call list doesn't work. I've been on that. I'm still getting calls. Oh, I'm sorry, we didn't know you were on it, you know, we won't call you again. Yeah, right. Well, how many times do I hear that every day? You follow me? All right. My home phone, we don't even answer it anymore. There's an answering machine on it, and if I hit the button, there could be 12, 15 messages on there through the course of the day. I hit the button and all I'm doing is hitting delete, 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 you know, because all it is telemarketers, you know. You hear, thank you, right? Or you hear a pause because, you know, it's a computer dialing the phone, and until they actually hear a pickup in a voice, knowing that it's real and that it's not a machine, you know, nobody else gets on the line. Oh, today I get a phone call saying, we are from the IRS and you are under investigation. Please call us at 202-470-079 something or other. I got it written down. I think, yeah, right. All right, first of all, they're not going to do that. But I am going to call the number back just for the hell of it. All right? Call the number back. It rang and rang and rang and rang and rang and no answer. You know, but even then you have to worry about things because you call these number backs, sometimes they have a way of tapping into your phone so that they can use long distance calls on your number. Ah, yes, this happens. It really does. All right, guys, I gotta take it easy. I'm gonna give you guys a break. Catch you later.